Okay, so here is the game. Here we start. As I said, first I will show you in 5 chapters 5 different openings which Fischer was dominating. Of course, you can find, I'm sure you can find some other examples, but this is what I think he did in the majority of cases. And this is what I think is most important. I think that he made a biggest contribution to a theory of these openings and understanding in these openings. Okay, maybe I could start also first with Spanish opening, but okay, let's start first with Sicilian, because probably nowadays Sicilian or Sicilian, yes, defense is the most important, most popular, yes, especially among younger generations. So, and even I, used Sozin system when I was younger. I used exclusively Sozin Bishop C4 systems against different Sicilians when I had a chance. So you can learn how Fischer was, playing these games and what he did against his opponents. So this will be the first chapter, and I'll show you 3 games. So this is first game, which was played in 1957 in New York, match Fischer-Cardoso. Just to mention, Fischer was just 14 years old there. Not to mention that match was won convincingly by Fischer 5-1 and 2 draws. So e4, c5, knight f3. Let's see what happened. d6, d4, takes, knight f6, knight c3. We have Najdorf on the board, yes? Najdorf Sicilian are very often seen nowadays in chess practice of all levels. Bishop c4, yeah, Sozin system against Najdorf. Here, okay, there are different ways, but e6 is normal move, and now castle. Okay, so now bishop e7, normal move, bishop e3, and Fischer liked to use this system. And just to mention one, yes, let's say cute variation. Here, if b5, bishop b3, b4, knight a4, and if takes, knight f5, very nice indeed, and white is better. If e5, queen d5, with triple attack, yeah, let's put it on the board, it looks nice. Well, double attack actually, f7 and rook on a8. Basically, rook on a8 can't be defended, and queen f7 is, by the way, the threat in passing. So that's a cute line. And if black doesn't take on f5, well, okay, but he's going to do. He can maybe castle, but then, disaster will strike from another side. Probably it just might be 6 and knight c8. And yeah, that would be easy. Yeah. So castle was played on bishop e3, castle, bishop b3, knight c6. Okay, sometimes these systems are played with knight bd7, but let me just show you a cute idea here. If black tries to play knight bd7 too early, then he can be swiftly punished by bishop e6. And already here, white has huge advantage. Check and something like this. This is I had similar game. One of my own games I played in similar fashion, and I managed to win in a nice way. So this is this is nice to learn if you want to use this system sometimes. So black can do this before castling. After castle, now this, for example, if he plays knight b7, now this sacrifice is not so efficient, because now you will have to give up 2 pieces for a rook. Okay, you have 2 pawns. Position is not very clear. Probably, maybe even black is slightly better there, but this is not advisable. Okay, in this game, it was knight c6, f4, and yeah, now well, what is the basic plan here? Basic idea is to put pressure. Yeah, that's Fischer's idea. He wants to push to use this bishop on b3, because why else this bishop would be there on the diagonal a2 g8. The basic idea, f4 f5, and he did it in number of his games. I checked them, and that's the idea, f4 f5. Simple idea. And if you're just starting out, or if you don't want to learn too complex theory, this is easier. I mean, maybe, yeah, is this the easiest way? Maybe yes, maybe not, but this f4 f5 is fairly easy. You just want to put pressure on e6, and we'll see later on. I think I have prepared also one game where it's clearly seen what it means in practice. But here, knight a5, okay, queen f3, queen c7, and g4. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure that I would be so so optimistic about lunging my g pawn like g4, g5, when it's clear that this diagonal is about to be opened and black has a light squared bishop. So I have to tell you, I'm not sure I would be very, very optimistic, but Fischer, with his tremendous energy and talent, he didn't care. He just played this. Okay, now b5 of course doesn't work because of the pin. So this can't be done immediately. Rook b8, g5. But so white is very, very fast on the king side, and f5 already, and queen g3. So already here black is experiencing significant difficulties, but probably he should play b5 anyway, and just something like this. And I think that black is not without counterplay. I mean, bishop b7, and white also has to think about b4 threat, and so on and so on. Position is very complicated. But black was afraid. He played king h8. Okay, knight f3. So this is another nice idea. This knight on e5 is at the moment the best black's piece. And well, I imagine if you're white here, it would be annoying, and it would be annoying to me as well to have to deal with such a knight. So what is the procedure in those situations? Well, you can kick back such very active opponent's piece. You can destroy it, yes, or exchange it at least. And this is exactly what Fischer is doing. He says, okay, come on, this knight is annoying me, I will exchange it, and then I will attack without any problems. This was smart, because knight on d4 was actually not doing too much. It looks nice in the center, but doesn't do much. Yeah. So knight f3, knight move, nice move. So now, okay, some move like f6. Well, who can believe that this is working? Nobody. g6, yeah, of course. And now you can imagine if h6, bishop takes, and disaster is there. So this is not working for black. Black took, and then b5. Okay, now he is hoping for bishop b7, counterplay on the long diagonal. who wouldn't? Yeah, this looks logical. Everything looks logical. And here queen h4, but Fischer says, okay, I mean, I'm much faster, rook h3 is coming and it will be mate. Yeah. Now the threat is obviously something like this: rook h3, h6, f6, and all black can resign. Yeah, just like that. So Cardoso played a sensible ef5. Well, and now he opened the diagonal queen c6 and bishop b7. I'm not sure that I like this queen c6 move, but well, what to do? Maybe bishop b7 was slightly better. This was played because then this rook f1 wouldn't be possible. And on rook h3, h6 is there. But yeah, here it seems like that's not working. Queen c6, yeah, queen c6 was played because now after rook h3, h6, f6, a rook is hanging. Yeah, that's the problem for white. This is the problem for white, and now he is just well, maybe position is still not so easy, but I mean bishop h3 threatening mate, so yeah, this is not going to work. Queen c6, rook f1, bishop b7, but now Fischer plays obvious move. I mean, you can see that this whole game is all about attack, attack, attack. But we'll see also another example where he showed, of course after a few years when he was stronger and a little bit more mature, where he showed, you know, more refined strategy. Yes. So here he played just bishop d4, which is, you know, direct and obvious. The best was just queen h5, preparing g6 with basically mating attack. Yeah. Bishop d4. I guess with this move he basically prepared the next idea. b4. Black could try queen f3 just to stop this rook h3 threat. But okay, white was not threatening rook h3 here directly. So queen f3, that's idea maybe for black to play like this, but queen h6 threatening mate, f6, go back, g6, and now yes, now bishop h6 is coming inevitably and white wins. So that was not working, unfortunately for black. He played b4, and then after this b4 move, Fischer played bishop g7, which was again not the best. Again queen h5 was called for, and now g6. If h6 takes and mate. Yeah. So this was easy. Nice finish. For example, if king h8, f6 to finish the game in style. If f6 here, g6. Again bishop e3. So that's why bishop d4 was not the best. Queen h5 was better from the beginning. And then just do this, and yeah, black can resign. It's mate. It's amazing. Yeah, black is you know, black has winning material advantage, but his position is totally lost. He can resign. Bishop g7 was played, so this is good for you know, tactical training or calculation training. This position, you know, should white play bishop g7 or not? And you know, if you show this to some well, let's say younger players, if you ask them what to do now, maybe they would just play bishop g7 because it's an obvious move and it's a position where you're supposed to do something, but actually it's queen h5. just to avoid the pin, and simply push g6. Yeah, queen h5 is the winning move. But okay, bishop g7 was played by Fischer. Check here, and now, well, black doesn't have too much choice. If he goes king g8 f6 will be played, and that will be the end of it. Yeah. So he had to play king h8 here. What else? And now g6. But here, okay, young Fischer was still not, you know, the world's elite here. So here he miscalculated something. Basically, black had a chance with fg6 here. These here we have some nice lines, have some nice variations for you. fg6 was the only move. Maybe it looked to Cardoso that it's lost anyway, but actually this double exclam rook f7 saves the day. Yeah? Because white can't take on f7 with the rook, there is always this deadly battery, you know, waiting in ambush. So after rook f7, gf7, what else? Yeah, because, yeah, what else? Bishop f8 is next move, probably h6, I don't know. So this is the only move, and now rook f8, calmly. So you see in this position, black has nominally exchanged down, but knight c3 is hanging, and there are some checks. So what to play now? Even this could be unpleasant for white. I mean, if he retreats with the knight, rook f7 next move, and he can't take queen g2 is mate, but the rook f7 could be just winning for black. So white has to defend this pawn. Queen c5 check. What to do? I mean, if this rook retreats, then there is mate actually. So white has to play this rook to f2. Just takes, queen e7. This is very wild position. For example, if knight e4, queen d4, takes, check, check, and draw. So this was also draw. Knight e4 leads to a draw by perpetual, and queen e7, king g. Actually here there is old analysis which shows that after this line there is equality. Yeah, but this is old analysis. Actually here white has black has amazing. Queen e7 is a mistake. So here the best move is knight e4 leading to perpetual check. Queen e7 is just big mistake. Rook f7, black wins. Can you imagine? Yeah. What to do? I mean, knight is hanging on c3. Bishop sits on f3 mightily, yes. And if white takes, then there is a problem in the position and mate. That's the problem. Yeah. And if white doesn't take, I mean, okay, what to do? Queen e8 check, king g7, and then what? Yeah, so he's lost. Yeah, basically so. So, fg6 and rook f7 was the last chance for black. But black was not up to the task. He played check immediately, which was wrong. Rook f2, fg, fg, and now this rook f7 is not there anymore, because now white can take. Maybe black was already in time trouble, but okay, I mean, I don't know, maybe Cardoso was just not that strong, who knows. This was played, takes, check, 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 and okay, rook f7 is also winning with this, and Fischer won. So already from this game you can learn a lot, and where Fischer, 14-year-old Fischer, displayed such a amazing attacking talent and power. Yeah, let's check. Yes, and then I will be presenting few more games in this chapter, so let's move on.